Confidence is a costume. Wear it or be forgotten. The world isn't a meritocracy. It's a costume party where the bolder masqueraders collect the trophies while the timid cloakroom attendants guard coats. Slip on swagger like chainmail, stride into the spotlight, and watch everyone mistake your shine for divine right. Do it right, and they'll beg for selfies with the armor. Niccolò Machiavelli was the original spin doctor, a lean Florentine civil servant who spent his mornings buttering up princes and his evenings jotting down the cheat codes for power. Kicked out of government, tortured, and exiled to a vineyard, he responded like any respectable Renaissance troll. He wrote The Prince, a slim manual explaining how rulers should lie, posture, and occasionally swing an axe to keep the crowds quiet. Machiavelli didn't invent ruthlessness, he just punched the shame out of it. He peered at human nature, shrugged, and concluded that people were walking weather vanes, so give them the breeze you want them to feel. 5 centuries later, CEOs quote him between meditation apps. Politicians deny reading him while underlining the juicy bits, and every social media guru is basically remixing his greatest hits. Study him or stay doomed to applaud everyone else's costume forever lost. Confidence beats talent not because talent is overrated, but because human brains are lazy pattern-matching blobs that confuse volume with value. Drop a maestro violinist into jeans in a subway station and commuters stride past. Put a mediocre DJ on a neon stage flanked by fireworks and everyone's posting life-changing set before the first beat drops. Welcome to 2025, where perception is the new currency and swagger is legal counterfeiting. Recruiters skim LinkedIn for the guy who sounds certain, investors fund founders who speak in inevitables, and dating apps reward the profile that declares, "Let's build an empire," over the one that timidly says, "I think I'm nice." Talent still matters, eventually, but only after confidence unlocks the door marked audition. Every viral TED Talk you've replayed was basically a charisma tax collector's gladly pay. Meanwhile, geniuses sink into obscurity because they whisper their breakthroughs like they're sharing guilty secrets in church. So while you're polishing skills in the basement, remember the stage upstairs is being stolen by whoever walks like they own it. Reality checks bounce. Confidence pays cash on delivery. Law 1. Appearance greater than reality. You do not need to be unbreakable. You only need to look unbreakable long enough for everyone else to retreat. A well-cut jacket, steady eye contact, and the calm tortoise-paced nod create a force field stronger than any resume bullet. People photograph surfaces and assume depths. Sell the poster, print the novel later. Practical takeaway. Before any meeting, spend 5 minutes fixing posture and poker face in the washroom mirror. Cheaper than an MBA. Pays higher dividends. Machiavelli would nod approvingly. Appearance is the interest you pay on the loan of power. Law 2. Control the narrative. If you don't supply the story, the crowd will author one starring you as disposable background. Frame first, facts later. Lead with a bold headline, "I've solved the bottleneck." Then walk listeners through the breadcrumb trail you sprinkled retroactively. Humans remember narrative, forget numbers, and forgive gaps so long as momentum carries them. Machiavelli choreographed pageants. You choreograph slack threads. Daily homework. Draft tomorrow's highlight reel before you sleep, then act it out at dawn before they scroll elsewhere, before the coffee kicks in. Law 3. Decide, then justify. Indecision smells like spoiled milk. Everyone wrinkles their nose and reaches for a safer carton. Slam the door on ambiguity, choose a direction, and save philosophizing for the after-party. A quick, confident verdict forces others to align and rationalize on your behalf. They'll explain why your idea was inevitable while you sip espresso. Machiavelli urged princes to be feared rather than pitied. Modern bosses fear the calendar, so beat them to the punch. Tactic: deliver your conclusion first and watch questions shrink. Law 4, stay adaptable. Fortuna spins her wheel like a caffeinated roulette dealer. The confident player keeps moving chips, not whining about odds. Pivoting isn't panic, it's virtue, the agile grace Machiavelli celebrated. When circumstances shift, update the plan publicly and instantly, as if you foresaw the storm clouds all along. People follow leaders who treat turbulence like a feature, not a bug. Exercise. Once a week, change a minor process on purpose, narrate the rationale with swagger, and train your tribe to associate adaptability with brilliance rather than chaos. Law 5, manufacture momentum. The first domino is always the heaviest. Tip it anyway. A small, flashy win, a prototype demo, a micro case study, a handshake with the gatekeeper creates the illusion of inevitable success. People adore inevitability. It spares them decision fatigue. Machiavelli launched reforms in a single blow. You stack quick victories so tight nobody notices the duct tape. Friday ritual: jot 3 visible wins, however trivial, and broadcast them Monday before anyone else steals the spotlight. Momentum crowds out skepticism and makes backers jealous to join your parade. Listen up. This is a speed run to swagger. 24 hours from now, you'll stride like you've got your own theme song while everyone else does backup choreography. Ready? Good. Body. Sculpt the silhouette. Plant feet shoulder-width apart. Raise your sternum half an inch and picture an invisible string yanking your head skyward. Hands. Still or used as knives, never flapping like rubber chickens. Rehearse in elevator mirrors. Let your coworkers enjoy the free cringe audit. Voice, bass before brain. Open every sentence one tone lower than normal and land it flat, not lilting up like you're begging a substitute teacher for hall pass mercy. Silence is seasoning. Sprinkle pauses so words reverberate. Record yourself. If you sound apologetic, reboot. Words, declare, then explain. Leading with caveats is social suicide. Say, we're launching Friday, not, I'm thinking we could maybe. Harden the statement. Backfill details like the plan descended from Mount Olympus. Environment. Command the geography. Arrive early, seize the seat with sight lines to every door and screen, and angle yourself toward the locus of attention. Lighting matters. Ceiling spotlight turns your face heroic. Backlighting renders you a witness protection silhouette. Heroes sell, shadows get skipped. Reputation maintenance. Deposit micro-truths. Confidence without credibility is karaoke. Leak one verifiable fact daily, an accurate metric, a favor delivered on time, and do it publicly. Those tiny receipts build the ledger that lets you bluff big when the stakes spike. Run this playbook for a single day at full throttle, and by tomorrow night you'll wonder why rooms ever felt intimidating. Bonus tip: wear one bold signature accessory, tie, scarf, or even coffee mug, so people project mythic consistency onto the owner. Time for recess, 3 ruthlessly instructive skits in living color. Scenario 1, corporate Zoom caper. Camera on, mic accidentally off. While the project manager drones, you nod like a granite gargoyle, type a single line into chat. We can cut delivery time by 20% if we move staging to Friday. Then unmute just long enough to say thoughts. Chaos ensues, credit balloons, you vanish for another call. Scenario 2, first date flex. Over tapas, they ask, "What's your hobby?" You swirl your glass, drop. Dissecting Machiavelli's discourses, it's wild how relevant power theory stays. Their eyebrows do a standing ovation. Follow with a self-deprecating grin so they know you're clever, not cultish. Congratulations, you're now mysterious and educational content. Scenario 3. HOA coup de grace. Volunteer to chair the Landscape Beautification Committee nobody wants. First meeting, propose a modest flower bed. Second meeting, expanded into a budget-grabbing fountain featuring recycling water. Critics hate-type emails while neighbors Instagram the render. You win votes by July and the narrative forever. Before you weaponize every birthday toast, remember Machiavelli wasn't auditioning for a Marvel villain slot. He was documenting reality so leaders could navigate it without tripping over their own virtue. Confidence shouldn't be a smash-and-grab raid on other people's dignity. Use these tactics to rally, not ransom the room. Quick test. If mom, your dog, or an investigative podcast would cringe, recalibrate. Deploy transparency like sunscreen, thin, even layer, or you'll burn. Return favors before they're overdue, own mistakes faster than Twitter memes mutate, and draw a hard line at exploiting genuine vulnerability. In short, play chess, not Hunger Games. Outsmart, outshine, but don't out-villain the competition. Pitchforks clash horribly with tailored blazers. Confidence is a decision you make before the world votes. So decide now. Chin high, shoulders sharp, stride like stadium lights follow you. Speak declarations, not disclaimers. Let skeptics chase your dust trail while you bank their attention. Every room is a kingdom awaiting the first voice that sounds inevitable. Make it yours. If anxiety whispers, translate it into tempo. If doubt knocks, answer with data you already delivered. Wear the costume, own the script, seize the throne. History applauds the audacious, not the accurate. Florence would toast your nerve today.